Hello and welcome to Effective Communication Skills, how to improve your listening, speaking, and writing for maximum impact. My name is Curtis Newbold, and I am looking forward to guiding you through this course today. Before we get started, just a little bit about me. I have been teaching at the university level for over 20 years. I have developed over 40 unique communication courses on topics ranging from public speaking to business communication, to technical and scientific writing, to integrated marketing communication, to public relations management, and many other related courses. I am an award-winning communications consultant and corporate designer in data visualization, presentation design, and leadership communication. I am the author of a textbook called Business and Professional Communication. I have a bachelor's degree in technical writing and master's degree in professional communication, both from Utah State University, and I have a PhD in rhetoric, communication, and information design from Clemson University. Okay, but enough about me. Let's talk about why you are here in this course today. What is this course about? Well, I have designed everything about this course, all the modules and different components, to do one primary thing: help you communicate with maximum impact. The entire course is centered around that one primary concept, that you can improve the way you communicate for maximum impact in workplace and professional settings. All right, so why does a course on communication matter? Well, if you've already signed up to take this course, you probably know the answer to this, but the reality is communication is one of the most important skills you can acquire at work. And don't just take it from me. Several experts agree. This is from Nitin Noria from the Harvard Business School. He has said that communication is the real work of leadership. If you want to be a good leader, you want to be a good communicator. Love this thought also from Fanny Serjana, CEO of Quenchless. She has said that when communication is clear and effective, it can help build strong relationships, inspire trust and cooperation, and contribute to a more productive work environment. Also, this thought from Brian Tracy, author and motivational speaker, has said, communication is a skill that you can learn. If you're willing to work at it, you can rapidly improve the quality of every part of your life. And one last thought, I love this: no matter what job you have in life, your success will be determined 5% by your academic credentials, 15% by professional experiences, and 80% by your communication skills. You can see collectively on this slide, with the terms that I have highlighted, that communication really frames everything we do at work. It frames how strong of a leader we are, what relationships we have built, what kinds of success we're able to acquire, and the quality of every aspect of not just our workplace environment, but also life. All these hinge on good communication. The great news is that last thought is that communication is a skill that we can learn, and that's what we're going to focus on in this course today. Learning those skills will help you in each of these areas. Okay, so just a few thoughts about how communication positively influences work. First of all, good communication makes a workplace environment more productive as a company and as individuals. You'll see just a few facts and figures here before we get started. Well-connected teams who communicate well, are 20 to 25% more productive. Companies with effective communication were 3.5 more times more likely to outperform peer organizations. You can see 97% of employees believe communication has an impact on their task efficacy. We're more efficient and productive with good communication. Also, good communication builds trust within an organization. 80% of employees believe communication is crucial for developing trust in their organization's leaders. Also, retention. You'll see here employees are more likely to remain at their place of employment if their leaders listen, provide feedback, and adopt solutions, each of which requires strong communication. Cost. Costs go down when we communicate well. You'll see communication inefficiencies consume an average of 13% of employees' workdays. 86% of employees and leaders believe ineffective communication is the root cause of workplace failures. And lastly, but certainly not least important, is culture. 43% of highly engaged employees receive feedback at least once per week. 85% of employees say they are most motivated when they are up to date on company news and information. And lastly, poor communication leads to 52% more stress and 31% lower employee morale. As you can see collectively here, communication is a primary focus of the way that organizations run and the way we experience our workplace environments. So critical to what we do. All right, so what are we going to do in this course? By the end of this course, you'll know several things. You'll be able to, first of all, understand the role of communication in several areas, including workplace efficiency, culture, relationship building, persuasion, negotiation, and leadership. You'll also be able to apply emotional intelligence to create self-awareness and positively influence others. There's a great correlation between emotional intelligence and strong communication. You'll know how to lead teams through effective conflict management, constructive feedback, and the integration of inclusive language and active listening. And you'll also be able to write more efficiently and with more clarity to establish credibility and motivate people to action. Okay, so that's a lot to think about. How's this broken out into 3 modules? In Module 1, we're going to talk about communication at work, key strategies for creating messages to connect with and persuade people. We'll talk about things like empathy at work, the feedback loop and how to reduce noise, how to create user-centered messages. We'll talk about exigence and the purpose and timing of your messages. We'll talk about also communication channels for the right audience, and also emotional intelligence and how that can improve the way that you communicate. In Module 2, then, we'll talk about team communication and collaboration, teamwork, listening, conflict management, and feedback. We'll talk about how to improve culture and be inclusive in workplace environments. We'll talk about how to create high-performing teams. We'll work through this idea of how to avoid groupthink. Also, we'll talk about active listening, conflict management, and how to provide meaningful feedback. And then in Module 3, we'll get real specific into written communication. We'll talk about language, organizational structure, formatting, and emails. We'll talk about some workplace writing, how to use plain language, how to document or how to format your documents, and then how to write better emails. That's a lot to cover. Really excited to work with you in this course today. Hopefully we'll see you real soon in Module 1.